up, guys, gals, and minions? It is me, Proxy, and as you can see, here we are playing Puppeteer, and it's pretty freaking awesome. Oh my goodness, we have gone on a massive, epic, exciting, wondrous journey. How many other freaking words can we use? If you can think of a word to explain Puppeteer, comment section below. Don't be negative Nancy, though. I'd love to know some awesome word suggestions. But either way, we're at the end of the game now, Act 7, the Tyrant King. But as you know, after like every single act that we complete, you unlock a picture book. So we've got one more picture book, or maybe two if you complete the game and get another one, maybe about Kutaro. No freaking clue. But let's see what this one is about. So who have we got left? It could be about Mr. Pink, I guess. I can't think of any other characters, maybe the Scissors or the Moon Bear. I have no freaking clue. But anyway, let's find out who it is. It could be Mr. Pink gets a new job. That sounds awesome. Let's find out what it's about.
Mr. Pink gets a new job. Galahagrid Mulberry times a Westin, eminent scholar of all things clockological, was out of a job. The Land of Time's massive clock, which was supposed to tick its tock for all eternity, had zonked out after just an eon. The Sticky Wicket was finding a replacement clock hand, something that Miss Tastical would never turn up. Galahagrid, better known as Mr. Pink, flew home to his wife and child in low spirits. "Get another job, you lout!" the missus shouted supportively. "Junior needs shoes!" Poor Mr. Pink had no time to mourn the loss of his beloved clock. No, starting tomorrow, every waking hour would belong to the great job hunt. Well, more like great sodding mess, as it turned out. Without the almighty clock to guide them, the Land of Time's populace had gone bonkers. Everyone was either working himself silly or sitting on his duff, drinking tea. Poor Mr. Pink got yelled at for bustling too slow and for relaxing too fast. There was just no place for steady, meticulous work. He got sacked his first day on the job. Back at home, Mr. Pink discovered his wife could turn new, frightening shades of red, and his son shrieked out a melody of death. Perhaps he would need to look into a longer commute. What with the price of fuel, he decided to haul it to the coast on foot. He was hoping to find work on the docks, but quickly discovered he wasn't up to the heavy lifting. Fortunately, the port was raided by the most aggressive of employers, pirates. Our intrepid bird inquired about any openings. And make no mistake, he looked sharp in his new job as the captain's sword. He was ready to bring home some serious bacon. Well, that outlook changed when he saw what he was up against. The other guys had steel swords. He'd heard of swashbuckling, but nobody mentioned he'd be doing all the buckling. Home Mr. Pink went, and his wife had kittens. Well, more like a baby. While he was gone, the number of mouths to feed had gone up 33%. Mr. Pink crossed maintain dignity off his list of objectives. And actually, his new cotton candy stick gig didn't turn out to be so bad. No heavy lifting. All he had to do was hold himself straight. Sure, he was diabetic. His nose tickled, and he had to take a licking, but he could deal with it. Sadly, they trashed him the moment he got too fat. Poor Mr. Pink. Home sweet home. Had someone stapled his wife's eyebrows into that position? Do children always sound this mean when they laugh? Did he even have this many children? Mr. Pink's mind swam with troubling questions as he sought work overseas. One village was hiring wrestlers. After being hired for his sheer audacity, Mr. Pink stood in the ring. He walked away with not even enough fight money to pay his hospital bills. They pitted him against the champ just for shock appeal. After a painful stretch of rehabilitation, Mr. Pink returned home to find the place deserted. How cruel fate was. He longed to see his true love again. And so he climbed the clock tower. A lifetime of clockological study had been poured into this timepiece. Mr. Pink's blood, sweat, and tears. Why did some higher power have to mess everything up? It just wasn't fair. Then, out of nowhere, a rogue gust of wind snatched him off the tower. He watched the ground vanish beneath him. There was no fighting it. His wings were still recovering, and his heart was beyond recovery. Smack! Mr. Pink crashed into his beloved clock face. For better or for worse, fate had intervened, but his poor birdie body felt as though it might never move again. Enough, he whimpered.
Mr. Pink, you mustn't torment yourself.
It was the moon goddess speaking directly to him.
I don't mean to question you, milady, but why exactly not? Make no mistake, said the goddess. You are jobless, friendless, and your family has rejected you. You are hopelessly inflexible when it comes to rules. You have flabby muscles. Your combat ability is laughable. You have zero stage presence, and you can't even relax on a professional level. You are a borderline obsessive clockologist who is self-disciplined to a fault. All you know how to do is stand up straight. For most intents and purposes, you are utterly useless.
Mr. Pink blinked back tears as the goddess continued.
But try to look on the bright side.
Was there a bright side in all that?
You still don't see the world as a perfect job for you.
What job is that? Mr. Pink replied.
A clock hand.
At long last, Mr. Pink, goddess bless him, had found his true calling.
Okay, that was kind of random. I love how his wife was kind of like an abusive alcoholic and was also having affairs on him. I don't know, because she keeps sprouting loads of children, so unless she was asexual, I have no freaking clue. Oh my goodness. But anyway, enough of Mr. Pink. Let's continue onwards now, so we're now going to Act 7. Oh, what kind of like levels is going to be? Is it going to be in space? I really want to go into space, and why is the game denying me this? I'm so sad inside for some reason. Anyway, let's find out. Act 7, The Tyrant King.
Kutaro had decommissioned Dragon, but now the Moonbear King possessed a dreadful power. With the witch in captivity, what was a hero to do? The stage is set for the final act in Kutaro's saga.
Oh, Minions, it's snow! I love snow! Do you love snow? Minions, Kozachibulo, actually tell me, what is your favorite setting for a video game? Is it summer? Is it winter? Is it in between? I have no... Are you picky? I have no freaking clue. Let's continue onwards anyway, though.
And so the story continues. Hot on General Monkey's heels, Kutaro and Picorina stumbled into a steep, snowy mess of peaks called the Mean Moon Mountains. The last moonstone shard was all Kutaro needed to free his soul from its puppet prison and return to his home down on Earth. But our hero remained troubled as he climbed. He knew General Dragon and that clock had given the Moonbear King control over every last child's soul. As Jack Frost nipped at the boy's fingers and toes, a cold and unshakable suspicion was starting to tug at his heart.
Wait, Your Highness! This is all a terrible mistake! Pay attention, your fur looks especially lustrous today!
Spare me the theatrics. I know exactly who you are.
Then get your grimy paws off me, Guppy!
You thought you could pull a fast one on me, eh, Granny? But you were wrong! Once I've slapped down every last soul of every child on Earth, no moon goddess, not even the sun, will be able to stop me!
Utero still can! Calibros chose him for a reason! The power of the four champions will see him through to his final task! He's going to restore the White Moonstone and bring light back to this realm, you poor stupid bear! I can't wait to watch him knock the stuffing out of you!
Oh, shut up! Bring it on, Kotaro!
Bring him down, Kotaro!
You will never complete that Moonstone, boy! Never!
Get back here, you potassium-filled punk!
Stand and fight, you coward!
At the very first glimpse of Kotaro, General Monkey ran as fast as his legs would take him.
Oh my goodness, means a winter wonderland of awesome, and look at that Christmas tree! Could have some goodies for me? Wait a second! Moon sparkles! I love moon sparkles! Do you love moon sparkles, minions? I love them! Comment section below, I would love to. Let's continue on with Bro!
I wonder if those icicles will fall.
Get out of the way, enemy! I want the presenty goodness! What could it be, minions? Survey, sirs! Moon sparkles all over my face! Oh my goodness, where do we go now? So I guess I'm going downwards? Watch out for the spikes!
Careful you don't slip on the icy patches. Whoa! What is that?
Wait a second, what's hiding behind that tree? Oh my goodness! Snippets, minions! What the fudge was that thing? It was freaky and fluffy at the same time!
Sure is wobbly. I hope it doesn't collapse. Oh, I hate high places.
But you can fly!
Actually, she's been flying throughout the entire thing, you contradicting woman!
It's a Mrs. Yeti.
A what?
A Mrs. Yeti? He looks like a freaking Care Bear to me, or a two-legged sheep. Oh my goodness, stop winking at me with your seductive looks!
Whoa! Watch your step. We've got slippage.
Yeah, just stay calm here. Slow and steady wins the race.
No, it doesn't.
Actually, it does. Oh my goodness, we cannot explain anything to her. She's just so stupid. But anyways, continue onwards. Don't mind the heights, means don't mind the heights. Just keep blowing up the icicles of potential doom. Wait a minute, is that a snowman?
More Yeti. These guys are sound sleepers.
Well, who says Yeti can't hibernate?
Oh my goodness, means first we steal their women and now we're physically abusing them. I feel sorry for these Yeti dudes. I'm sorry, bros. Bros been ho-hos, as they say. That sounds so wrong. But anyway, means we're going to end this one here. Remember to join my army if you're not sponsoring giveaways, and definitely check out Proxy's Facebook page for more giveaways, competitions, and just awesome updates. And I will hopefully see you guys, gals, and bees next time. I'm just going to sit here and chill for as long as I have to wait. Ciao!